Hello, this is Steve. This is a prophecy alert. I feel that something needed to change, escalate in the near future. I've noticed that. I've felt that for the last few months. Now you could say, well, Steve, hasn't things been escalating with Israel because of Hezbollah? That's true, but it's more of the same. So what am I concerned about? Now, you may have heard about this. This news is probably 2 to 3 days old already. I think I first learned about it yesterday or late 2 days ago. And that is, and I'll put references down below if you want to see the news articles. It was stated by U.S. and other news agencies, news agencies and things throughout the world that it is believed that Iran is 1 to 2 weeks away from having nuclear material for a bomb. Now, I want to say that we've heard things like this before, and it might be nothing, it might be just more of the same we've heard before. I've heard things like this for 2 years now. But if I don't say anything, I think I am doing poorly as a watchman. I need to share this information. I need to put out that information. Once again, I feel like first of all, let's say this. I believe we are in the beginning of sorrows, that time period right before the tribulation where things start ramping up. The beginning of sorrows, if you want to see that video, a whole video on it, it's the third version of it because I keep getting more revelation from the Lord. Check out that video to learn more about in great detail what the beginning of sorrows is. Once again, basically understand it is the time period right before the tribulation where there's a transition between the age of grace and the tribulation. It's both. We're still in the age of grace. People can still repent and get involved in church and all that kind of thing, but those things will be ending. And it is the beginning of sorrows is actually a term about a woman going through the period of having a baby. And in the natural, these spurts come forward, and she's in pain, she's in travail, and they come in strength and more frequently. Of course, we're talking about the birth, I believe, of the rapture coming up, which is closely related to the time of the tribulation. We don't know the difference between the time periods between the rapture and the tribulation. It could be the same day, it could be minutes, hours, it could be days, weeks, months, or even years. I believe it'll be months and possibly up to a year or so. I would not believe, personally, I don't think it's going to last more than 2 years, that time period there. So I believe these things are revving up. So what is the big problem with Iran getting nuclear weapons? It is because Iran wants to destroy Israel. That is their religious belief system. And that there's different kinds of Muslims, there's two main kinds, and one kind believes that by destroying Israel will bring about their Islamic Messiah. So that's why Iran is so hard against Israel. That's because that's their religious belief. And they want to destroy Israel. Now, this could really change things a lot, obviously, right? Iran probably thinks Israel is too busy with Hezbollah, coming into Hezbollah and finishing up Hamas, that they probably think that they can get away with doing their technical difficulties in creating a bomb, and they think that Israel is too busy. On the other hand, Israel probably thinks and says, well, they think we're busy, but we're going to take care of business and go blow up their nuclear facilities. So it can go both ways. And I believe if these reports are true, I think Israel will do something about it. Now, this also goes hand in hand with some believe there is a prophecy of Elam. Personally, I believe that Elam prophecy has already been fulfilled. Elam prophecy, if I understand it, and I might have details wrong, it is a part of the area in Iran. It's not the whole nation of Iran, but part of Iran, where it gets destroyed. The people there get wiped out, and many people believe this prophesies of Israel taking out Iran because of nuclear things, and some of the nuclear facilities by Iran is in this area. But Amir from Behold Israel has shown that there are sites all over Iran and not just this part of Elam. I may be getting that name wrong, I may be getting some of the prophecy wrong, but I want to give this information out because people think this may be fulfillment of it. The destruction of by Israel upon Iran in these sites, nuclear sites. But it's not something to argue about or debate over, because it doesn't matter if you believe it's fulfilled or needs to be fulfilled, it ends up being the same situation. So it really doesn't matter how you believe about the prophecy of this Elam prophecy, whether it has been fulfilled or it's about to be fulfilled. Both camps probably agree on most things. That is just parts of the end time and pushing us towards other prophecies like the Ezekiel 38 war. Israel will attack Iran in this manner. So once again, if these reports are true, I think it's likely that Israel will attack Iran. And this is going to ramp things up. I think we're really, really close to the Ezekiel 38 war. Days, weeks, months. You know, I'm not going to say which time period it is exactly. I can't put a date on it, just like I'm not going to date the rapture. If you don't know about these prophetic events, the Ezekiel 38 war, it is a very important prophetic event that you should understand. I just did a video on it this spring, late spring, mid-spring, somewhere in there, and you can check out my video here on the Ezekiel 38. I did make an older one 3 years ago when it was time to update it, so I highly recommend checking out that newer video, even if you've seen my old one, or if you just don't know anything about the Ezekiel 38 war, check out that video. A lot of people know about it, so if you know about it, that's fine. I want to make this aware to the public, to the other watchmen, of these events that we should be watching. I think Israel might be forced to deal with Hamas quickly and harshly, and I think it will also force Israel to deal with Hezbollah quickly and forcefully. Either case, I don't think they're going to backtrack or allow Iran to build such a weapon, and I think they will take measures against it. But I think overall this week is a lot of prophetic stirrings. Of course, we've had the assassination attempt on Trump. We've had President Biden stepping down from seeking office again. I talked about recently that God judges nations and judges leaders, and it was time, I believe, it's time for God was done with Biden. God has other plans. Of course, I can misunderstand what these things are, and maybe there's a surprise coming with Biden. I don't know these things. I'm just reading what I see and want to share these things. I think it's important that we watch the signs of the times and we watch the events happening around us that point towards bigger prophetic happenings. Thus, I wanted to bring this alert out to you. Well, that's about it, folks. I don't think I have anything else to share. I think big things are going to happen in the next week or two, and I think it'll change the dynamic of the world, especially of the Middle East. All right, folks, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I do a lot of prophetic teachings. I do a lot more teachings than prophecy. I do a Watchmen activities and share these kinds of events when I see them coming. So if you like this video, please hit like, and if you're new, please subscribe. We'll see you soon, Lord willing, if we're not raptured, if I'm not censored. God bless, folks. Have a good day, and keep watching and keep looking up. God bless. Bye-bye.